Hello and welcome to this video. So this video is our next video in our Facebook selling series where we're just trying to sell video games through the Facebook marketplace, and we have made another sale. So as you can see, the shelves are actually empty. So that person did stop by. He did not stop by and pick up all those video games we talked about, right? We showed it in the last video. It wouldn't have been the last one. Oh, the last video. That 30-minute one. It was so boring. I was watching it. I mean, it was interesting. When we're down here, right? When we're down here in the basement looking around here and all this stuff and talking about this thing, the video is pretty good. But then once we went to our room, I guess it was alright the first few times. We were looking online at the prices to compare everything. It was alright the first few times. But then after we went there, looking at the video game consoles, it just dragged on and on and on, and that guy just kept talking about how the prices change so much when you change it from Canadian to USD prices and how easy it is to get scammed. So that was a boring video. I guess it was interesting in the beginning, but then it teetered off. It was good at the end. It's like after we were talking about the Valkyrie profile, and then after we came back downstairs here again, then the video started picking up again. There was all sorts of things happening after all the boring stuff. So maybe it's just not interesting because we made the video and we sat there for 30 minutes. We know exactly what it's going to talk about. So he came here, he bought all these things, and he gave us a lot of money for all these video games, actually. So if we look here, 150 times 2, so 300 bucks. So we started to organize the video games, and what we decided the best way would be to just get all the $2 games out of the way. It's pretty much anything that was like $10 or less. We were selling games for $1, so anything that was $5 or less, we would have sold for that. We just lost our train of thought. We were just having time lapses of the scammer or memories of him. I thought he was back again. Is he back? No, he's not. Okay. So we sold this, right? 150 games times $2 gives you 300 bucks. And then 37 times $1 games gave us 37. 337 bucks. Minus $4 because we found a couple games out of there that might have been worth something, so we took them out. So what we're doing, as we're going through here, boxing the games up, we didn't have them 100% organized, so we pretty much had the pile here, right? And then we looked through the pile to see if there's anything that maybe that we forgot that was more than 10 bucks, then we'd take it out. And then we'd make separate stacks to make stacks of 25 games. We can't even really show it that much, right? We're running out of video games at the moment. We're running out of video games. And then eventually we came to the price of $1,125. So we got all this money here now. So he has all of our games. We have all of this shelf space back. He didn't take the things at the top. I think he didn't really have room for it anyways, right? He didn't come here in a very big vehicle. He did take a bunch of games, and he gave him a few boxes. But I don't know, maybe he wouldn't even have a space to take all these things, right? I mean, in the video, it doesn't look like these games would take up too much space. But actually, once you see them in a person, and once you start putting them inside boxes, and start putting them inside vehicles, then you can actually see how much space they actually take up. Yeah, because something, I imagine, like, for how many games we have sold, the amount of space, right? Because that one car, he was like completely fully loaded. He had so many video games. He had his car. He completely filled up his car as much as he could. He had so many boxes of video games. And then this person came with another car, and then he filled up his car with a bunch of video games. So all these people, it's taking multiple carloads to get all these video games out of our place. You can't possibly fit these, you can't possibly fit them. Let's just get this money sorted out. There we go. Now we just don't have all this money lying around, right? Just in case someone does come by here. There shouldn't be anyone coming by here, but just in case they'd walk here, they'd see all this money here, and then they might steal it, especially if he's a scammer or something. So, besides the video games, we sold the resurfacing machine. So if we look over here, last time in the video, there was the resurfacing machine here, the JFJ Easy Pro. So he did buy that, and all of the resurfacing supplies that we had up here. So that means that this shelf is actually empty too. So I actually emptied up this shelf by getting those supplies, which these supplies we originally brought from all over the place. We had to get them all together. And I guess this shelf space has been freed up a little bit. So these two shelves are free again, and the disc resurfacing machine is gone. And all of these loose discs. So he did actually take the loose discs like he said he would. He was interested in buying the loose discs, and he did end up taking them. So what we did is we did actually sort them. So here's what we did. We counted them. So if we had these video games and they were loose, we would count up to 50, right? We sit here, we'd count out 50 games, and then we have a stack of 50 games. And then we would just take another stack and then put it up here and be like, here's 100 games. You get another stack of 50 games that would line up beside it. Like, here's another 50 games. And eventually he got 250 games. It would have been more of that because there was extra games that we put some other ones in there. There was more. Maybe like 280. Maybe like 280 games for $125. So that's something like 40 cents to 50 cents a game. So it was decent games, I guess. It was probably like something like anything that was $10 or less. Anything that we thought that was $10 or less, we left it in the box. And then he bought it for $125. So that frees up this shelf space. And then these disc-based games are anything that should be like 15 or more, right? Aliens, Colonial Marines, hopefully that's worth something. Hopefully Minecraft. Does that still 20 bucks? Does it never drop below 20 bucks? We still have a whole bunch of other things, right? Tenchu, I'm not sure if that's worth anything. Oh, Dark Cloud, right? Just all these random titles that might be worth a little bit more than 10 bucks. Resident Evil Outbreak. Oh, Breath of Fire 4, there's that one, right? That was one of the most expensive ones in here. Destroy All Humans. I think someone said it was worth something, but... Right? Breath of Fire 5. Oh no, number 4 for the PlayStation 1. Right? Then Mega Man X6 on the PlayStation. The Digimon World. So they should be all games. I think someone said Bloody Roar was a good game. Mario Kart Wii. I don't think those would work, right? Dukes of Hazzard, The Warriors, was other things, right? Street Fighter Anniversary Collection. I think that one was worth something. Panzer Dragoon for the Xbox. So, right, there's good titles here. The Hulk. This would be anything that should be worth like 20 or more. Capcom Classics Collection. Is this Volume 1 or Volume 2? Because we do have this, right? Oh. Capcom Classics Volume 2. Okay, so this is Volume 1 then. Alright. So that's still worth like 20 bucks, I think. So there we go. So he left us with just this stack of more expensive games because he ran out of money, actually. He ran out of money. He came here with about $1,000, a little bit more. So I guess maybe he brought like $11.50 or something. I think that's what he might have brought. But he did give us $11.25, and then he ran out of money, so he couldn't even buy anything else. So we took all the money that he had, and he took all the games that he could afford, I guess, right? So I guess you do just have these loose discs. I guess that's it. Action replay down here. And the scammer keeps trying to get these games. Every time that we tell him that we have games, even if we are just showing him pictures of what we sold, looks through them. He's like, hey, can I have these ones? Like, he picks out all the best games. Even if we're showing him just what we picked out for ourselves, right? Because we sent him a picture, we're like, yeah, out of all those games, we kept these ones. And then he was asking if they were for sale right away, right? Then as soon as we told him that we found these 2 games, he was like, oh, I want to buy them. Can I buy these 2 games? And as soon as he found out that we had this game, he's like, oh, can I buy that game as well? So all he does is just look through everything, ask if anything for sale. Actually, we're looking at his responses, right? All his responses are, is that for sale? Can I buy that? I'll buy that if you have it. I'll take that thing. Can I come and get all those things? And that's all he does. And he was asking if all of these were for sale or not. We said, no, they're not for sale. These are our games. We're not selling them. Although these ones, we don't mind selling them, right? But we wouldn't want to sell them to him, I don't think. Especially this Teen Titans. This Teen Titans is super expensive. So, out of all the games, these are the ones that we kept, actually. So we kept these games. We kept Dead or Alive Extreme 2, Tales of Vesperia. We actually played that game at the store. And Tales of Vesperia is a good game. We have Dark Cloud 2. We never actually played it. Mega Man X7. I think we played that a little bit. Star Ocean. Magna Carta 2. Because for this game, what we did was we sold this game. We sold this game in an earlier lot, and then we regretted it because later we found that we have Magna Carta 1. And then we go, no, we have Magna Carta 1, but we sold Magna Carta 2. But inside the box, we found a second copy of this game. So now we have Magna Carta 1 and Magna Carta 2. And these games, right, maybe we can sell those. These ones, pretty much we're keeping for now. So he was hard after this game, right? This was like one of the #1 games he was looking for. This is the absolute best game that he wants. Most games he wants out of the whole collection that I have. So, 12 minutes. Alright, we did all the interesting stuff. Let's go do some boring stuff in the room. We won't do boring stuff in the room for too long. We just had 2 or 3 games planned out. And we weren't going to sit there forever like we did in the last one. But what was saying, right? We showed him the collection. It's gonna get boring because there's no music in there. You guys can't really hear the music or anything. Down here, I think you could at least hear the music a little bit. Okay, so we're back in the room. So we're not gonna be here too long. I know it's extremely boring in here. So here's what happened. This person who came to buy all the video games off the shelves, he came to buy all of them, right? We found those 250 games in the boxes. And as soon as the scammer learned that we found an extra 250 games, he wanted some pictures, except that we gave him pictures after we sold them, right? So we actually took pictures of him too here, right? Here's all the games that we have found in the 250 game lot. We sent these pictures to the person that was coming to buy all the games off the shelves, just so that he could see what he was getting before he came here. And we showed him this picture, and once we showed the scammer the picture, right? He wanted Teen Titans right away, right? He wanted Teen Titans. That was a good childhood game that he played as a kid, and he wanted to play it again and have it for his collection, which is always the case, right? When he comes here, he's like, oh yeah, this game. I played this game when I was a kid. I remember playing this one. I would like to buy it again. But he always says that for all the games, and he always buys multiple copies of them. I wonder how many multiple copies he needs to replay those games. So I guess over here, the final page would be the good games. So imagine as soon as he sees this page, his eyes lit up. He's like, wow. I wonder if I could go to that place and maybe try to get all those games for like $5 each or something. and then maybe sell them for 20. What a guy. So, he's actually asking if he could come and pick through these games. That's something he does too. As soon as you show him pictures of stuff to you guys, like, oh yeah, can I come pick out everything that I want before anybody else gets there so that I can get all the good games for discounted prices? Because if we go here, after we had made the deal, we told him that we kept a few games from the deal. We kept these ones. And the first thing he said after we showed him that, right? He's like, yeah, we showed you these games. I thought that we had this up here. Maybe it was a little bit later. Here at the door, but let me know when you get those games. Do you have any of those games left? I thought that we already had that. Oh, okay. I guess we told him about this game first, right? I guess we could close this one. Close that one. So we already told him about the games first, right? As soon as we told him that, yeah, out of the whole collection, we did find a whole bunch of good games in here that person that we lined up to pick up all these video games, he was like, oh, wow, you found the Lollipop Chainsaw Massacre and you found the Splatterhouse inside that box. Could I come pick them up? And then here, look, I bet if we did say that he could come pick them up, here's what he would probably do, right? Right, Splatterhouse, he'd come here and be like, oh yeah, Splatterhouse. I remember that game. That's a good game. I would like to play it again. That game, it's maybe worth about 30 bucks. I'll give you like a 10 for this game. Right? 'Cause this isn't US dollars. That's what the scammer does with the USD to CDN scab. So yeah, it's like 30 bucks. Maybe I'll give you 10 bucks for it. Maybe I could resell it for like 20 or 30 in my store. Except that when he goes to sell it at his store, he just switches it to CAD, and then magically the price jumped up to $67.59. So we're not even going to tell him that we have them. We're not going to invite him to come look at the games. The scabber's not allowed here. We don't think we want to deal with those people. So we don't really want him to just come here and be like, oh yeah, this Splatterhouse. I just searched it up. It's worth like 30 bucks when he comes to buy it. And then when he goes to sell it, he'll be like, oh yeah, Splatterhouse. I just searched it up. It's worth $60 if you want to buy it. Same with this game, right? The Lollipop. This is why he wanted it so quick. Because he wanted to come here and be like, oh yeah, Lollipop Chainsaw. It looks like it's worth about 20 bucks, right? It's like 25 bucks US loose. He'll come buy it, and then when he goes to try to sell it, he'll switch it to CAD, right? I mean, up here, right? When he goes to buy it, and then he'll go to sell it, he'll be like, oh yeah, this game magically jumped up to $40. So crazy how it jumps from a $20 game up to a $40 game when he goes to buy it and then sell it. At the Teen Titans was a really good game. So this one is actually the one of the most expensive games that we have, I guess. I guess no, it's not the most expensive game. This one is pretty expensive though. It's actually gone up in price a lot since we got it. So as soon as we told him that we had this game, he's like, Teen Titans, I need that game. That game, we have to have it. But I'm not going to invite him and allow him to buy it. Because I know he's just going to come here. He's going to look it up. He'll go to the USD. He'll probably even look at a loose price. And he'll just be like, oh yeah, Teen Titans. Yeah, it's a good game. It might be worth about $100. Except that this one's complete, right? So it's actually even worth 200 US. And then if he goes to sell it, right, the CAD prices, the price jumps up so much. So this game, it's actually worth $275. This Teen Titans game is actually worth 275 bucks. So we're not going to sell it to him for 50 bucks. I don't want to sell it to him for 50 bucks. I don't know why we keep rambling here, right? Here's the end of the boring part. So, let's go back downstairs, right? Alright, so we're still here. We should be going downstairs pretty soon, I would think. But here is the picture we've been sending to people. Like, we had the Sega Saturn. Someone's coming to pick up the Sega Saturn. Someone's getting the Dreamcasts. And someone's coming to get some of these games. So these actually won't be here too much longer. But as soon as we sent him these pictures, the scabber, he was like, "Yeah, I'll pick up the Sega Saturn, the Dreamcast. We'll pick up the 4 expensive games here, and to tell you that they're not worth much." So the reason we're here is we were going to show some of the way that they talk, right? Says, oh, because he wanted us to price some games for him and then hold them for him. We're not sure if we're going to come to an agreement or something. But we don't even want him here because even if we do make a deal, he's just going to try to pick out any other good things that we have here and just try to get them for super cheap from us. So, right, he's like, oh, nice. We told him that we found some more things and we brought them out for the person that was coming to pick them up. He's like, nice. Do we have a lot more of it? Then we ended up putting more stuff up. And then he wants pictures so that he can have first picks of it. Because that's what he does. He comes here and he tries to pick out all of the good games. All of the good games that are worth like $30 or more. That's it. And then tries to get a bulk deal of them for $5 or $10 each. So, yeah, as soon as we told him that we found these 2 games, oh, we don't even have the music on. We turned that off for some reason. As soon as we did that, he's like, oh yeah, I'll take those 2. Even though I didn't tell him I was selling the games, I just told him that I had them. A lot of these things, I'm just telling him that, yeah, we kept these games, we still have these ones. Every single time I show him that, he's like, oh, can I buy it? I'll buy those ones. Those are some top pick games. I'll buy those ones at the US prices. We even showed him this, right? These are the games that we kept, and then he was wondering if we were keeping them or if we would want to sell them or not. And then we're showing him the pictures that we sent to the other person, and then he went through these ones and, oh man, there's some good video games in there. Can I come pick out the best ones for myself so I can get them before anybody else does? But he's not going to get any because I don't think he's coming by here. Oh, they bought all those. Yeah, he's like, oh wow, that's terrible. I was hoping to get those before you, right? And as soon as I told him they had the Teen Titans here, he's like, you're not getting rid of the Teen Titans, are you? Because the Teen Titans was worth like $275, right? So he's not going to be getting this game. He's not going to be getting that. We're going to figure out what to do with it. We're going to hold on to it for now, but we don't even want him coming here because if we do make a deal on a few games, he's just going to go through and pick everything and then just try to do a lowball ass on everything else. So it's not even worth having him here to buy a few games at the prices that we want them because he's just going to scab you at some point while he's here. He did scab us a little bit, right? The first time he came here, he did spend like $1,100, and we gave him maybe a bit too good of a deal. He even came back. The scammers, they'll even come back. You'll be like, we're selling you a whole lot of good games for a cheap price. And a good cheap, really cheap bulk price. So if you have any problems with them, it shouldn't matter. It should offset everything. And we gave him even more than we were supposed to. Just because he always came to the store all the time. But then he's like, I have 4 of these games that do not work. Can I come switch out these games? So even though we spent $1,100, we gave him a whole bunch of games at an extremely discounted price. He wanted to exchange 4 of the games for new ones because they weren't working. Which, whenever I buy used video games and big lots like that, if some of the games don't working, I count that as, alright, well, that game's not working. I mean, I lost money on that game. But the scammers, they'll be like, this game's not working. I bought a big, huge lot. I expect every single game to work. If every single game doesn't work, I'm going to go get my money back for it. Which is, I don't think you're supposed to do that when you're buying big lots. I think that was another thing. That's another reason he can't come here anymore. Because if he does come here, I already showed you, right? It's just boring inside the room. But we should go downstairs soon. He's gonna come here. He's gonna be like, Teen Titans. I could look it up on my phone, right? USD, worth about $100. I'll give you maybe 50 for it, and then he'll bring it to his place, change it to CAD, and then just like Magic, it's worth $275. So we paid $50 for a $275 game. I just don't want him to have that. Somebody else would offer us a better price, right? If we had this game posted, Somebody might offer us like 175 for it, or maybe even 200 for it. That's like 4 times the price, 3 times to 4 times the price that he's offering. Alright, so we're back down here. So now it's more interesting because there's more things going on, right? Because it's at the room. All we're doing is just looking at the screen and then reading prices. Isn't it interesting reading all the prices and being like, this game is worth $275? But if he was here, he would offer us $50 for it because he needs to make $225 profit for some reason. I don't even know. Are they good videos or are they just boring videos where you just leave because it's just this guy rambling about the same thing? Or does it teach anybody? Or is it just because I know so much about it that I think it's boring because I already know all this stuff? And maybe somebody that's watching it is like, wow, this is interesting. I didn't know this thing. He's talking about everything, even though he's extremely boring to watch. I learned something, even though we're not sure. So now that we have these shelves empty, we could put new things on there. So I guess we should add these to the rest of our collection. We can't do that because the stack's too high, and then we'll wreck the games on the bottom. Because we did move this over here. I'm not sure where we're gonna put this. Maybe we can actually put it up here, the shelf up here, right? So our surfacing machine freed up this shelf, and then we could put these things up here, and that gives us space to put things up over here. So I guess we just have to keep walking backwards. Watch out for that thing. And then if we take these, I guess our games over there are also all our games. We're gonna have to watch out. We're gonna have to watch out. So there we go. So this is like our collection. Then so that's our video game collection. So I guess let's just see what we have, right? So we have the Yu-Gi-Oh! Ring of the Duelist, that dolphin game where you get to play as a whale. The Barbie, the 2 horse games, and then the 4 animal games. Then just the Zelda, Final Fantasy, 101 Sports, and then Atelier games, then the Tales games, then the Wild Arm games, Grimoire, Time of Eternity, Legend of Heroes 2 and 3. You can't believe how much the Scabber wanted these games. We didn't even look them up yet. We don't even know how much these video games are yet, but the Scabber was so intent on getting them. Like when he showed them to them, he's like, wow, those games, I love those games. Can I have them? How much do you want for them? Like, they're not for sale, especially not to a Scabber like that. And then just these new games. So we already had, I guess I was gonna say, we already had this game, so the only new games that we got are these ones. But I guess in reality, they were all our games anyways, right? So it's like, these are all the games that we kept from our collection so far. Magna Carta 1, Magna Carta 2, Teen Titans, Star Ocean. Should probably hide this game and lock it in a vault or something just in case the Scabber comes by. But if he does, we'll tell him to leave, because if he sees that game, he's going to want to try to buy it. And we don't want him to try to buy that one. Not the Teen Titans. So, the other person who came to pick up everything, the things that he didn't pick up was these. He didn't pick up these because we picked up these, and these guys' games were a little bit more expensive, and we didn't want to deal with them. Was there more expensive games like that, or was that it? Maybe just Splatterhouse. Oh, that's right. Maybe we did leave most of them because we wanted to give them a good deal, and we're asking $10 each on all of the games. So we left all of the $30 games in the pile. So we got a bunch of $20 and $30 games for $10 each. Some of them were even more. We just left some of them, even if they were 30 to $40, we left them in the $10 pile. If we didn't really care about them too much. So there we go. These Digimon DS games. He didn't get any DS. So we have to figure out what to do with this shelf then, right? This shelf, we have to organize it. There's going to be empty cases, movie DVDs, and games cases with games in them. So I think that's the next task. We have to organize that shelf, figure out what to do with it. And then we have more shelf space here. We have to move these CDs somewhere. Then figure out what to do with that. I guess we had these games too. Yeah, he didn't take any DS games. Alright. I guess it was just the GameCube games that we put aside. That was it. So we'll end the video. It wasn't supposed to be 30 minutes long. It was just supposed to be like 10 minutes. It was just supposed to be a 10-minute video. All we were supposed to be doing was going, yeah, here's what we sold. The shelves are empty. We sold all the video games. We have more space. And then it was supposed to be, here's how much money we made. And then it was just supposed to be talking for like 5 minutes about the price manipulators with the USD to CDN conversion and the loose cart compared to the complete cart trick, the scam that everyone's doing. And it wasn't supposed to be that long. So we'll end the video, especially because it's like 31 minutes now. So all we do here is just sell video games and deal with scammers all day. We just sit here and sell video games and deal with scammers all day. So what do we do? Do we not deal with the scammers? Do we stop talking to them? Because if we keep talking to him and showing him pictures, he's just going to keep trying to call all the best stuff for cheap when... I guess, yeah, we'll just go here pretty soon. I guess the outgoing thing is talking to the scammer, he was going to offer $150, and talking to another person who does fair prices, he was going to give us $300. So the scammer, compared to him, 150 to 300, we could make an extra $300 by talking to a, honest businessman person. So considering that, maybe even that person, he comes here, offers on stuff, we can sell to him, no problem.